Okay, this video is about how to have a heat-seeking missile come at you, depending on the where you're at. So if you're way over here, the bullet won't shoot you because you're away from the range. But if you're in range, it's going to come at you. And then I can shoot him too, and he'll blink. But I'm only going to talk about the heat-seeking missile for the most part, because I've already talked about the blinking and how I did that. Alright, so let me show you how I did that. Alright, so the way I did that heat-seeking missile is in the bullet there's a step event, depth -5. When it goes off screen, it's going to be destroyed, because I don't want extra memory loss. You know, I want the game to play pretty smooth and fast, so you want to make sure you destroy the bullet off screen. But in the step event, you do a control, go to the control tab, drag over a coded sheet, and you're going to say this right here. So when my player is in range at 200 range, the bullet's going to come at me. So move toward player, X and Y coordinates at 15. So this 15 represents, if I make that 0, then the bullet's going to stop pretty much suddenly. So 15 will make it go across the screen, and then at a speed of 10. And then the direction of the bullet's going to be at 270, so that's going down. If you want the bullet to go left, you would do 180. If you want the bullet to go right, you would do 90. If you want the bullet to go up, you do hold on, let me see. Up is going to be 90. Right is going to be 0. Left is going to be 180, and then down is 270. So that's what it is. Alright, so if I change this range to like 100, then it's going to take, I have to get closer for the bullet to go after me. See, you have to get pretty close for it to follow you. If I change it to like 50, it's going to take more time. So you have to be really, it has to be really close in order for it to hit. Pretty much have to be right there up against it for it to really come at you. So I just keep it at 200, and like I said, if I change this number to like 0, you're going to see it just completely stop in mid-track. See, it just stops right there at that location. It doesn't even move anymore. So I guess that's how far it's going to go down, and then it's going to stop. See, it kind of just stops. It moves very slowly. So you can just play with those numbers to get it to what you're liking pretty much. So 15 will pretty much make it go the correct speed and off screen. If you do like 10 or whatever, lower numbers, then it's going to move slower. The bullet's going to move slower, and then it's probably eventually going to stop. It's kind of like, the way I see it, it's kind of like friction in a way. Depending on how whatever the number is, like you give it a smaller number, then it kind of like uses friction where it speeds up at first, and then all of a sudden it starts slowing down. So it's kind of like that. So I mean, this will completely make it go the correct speed and off screen. And then the range, you can play with those numbers depending on how close you get. You make it 150 or whatever, then you have to get really close for the bullet to follow you. 200, it just comes right at you pretty much. And that's what this code does. It just makes the bullet follow the character. And then once the bullet hits you, it's going to destroy other, of course. It's not going to destroy all the bullets. You don't want to set it to self. You do self, and it's going to destroy all the bullets when it spits out. To do other, so it just destroys that one that hits you. And then, like I said, you do the go to main one tab and drag over color sprint, and you make it blink. Once it hits the character, it's going to turn green and make a solid, which is 100. And then after 5 milliseconds, the alarm's going to kick in, and then it's going to go back to the original color, which is white. Do 100 speed, 100 alpha, and you do the same thing for the bad guy too. When you hit the bad guy, then he's going to turn to his color sprint. When the player hits the block, it's going to do the move free at direction 0, speed 0, so it's not going to get stuck. He's going to bump up against it and stop. Of course, if you use the move fix, then he may get stuck in the block. And like I said, with the block, you can stretch it so you can use less image space. Studios, you can do that. The regular game maker, you can't. And then, like I said, when the good bullet hits the bad guy, well, when it goes off screen, it's going to destroy itself, of course. And then when the good bullet hits it, it's going to change to red at 100 alpha. Make sure that your enemy, I did red at first with my enemy, and then when I chose like orange or something, it made my character completely black. So it depends on the color of your sprint. If you use a darker color, then when you use a blend color here, it may turn it black, it may turn it brown or something. So you may want to use a lighter color like yellow or green or blue, the lighter colors anyway, so that way you get the right shade of blend when you apply it to the character. And then when the enemy hits the block, it's just going to do a reverse. So it goes left at 5 speed, and then once it hits the block, it goes the other direction. And after 15 milliseconds for the boss, it's going to spit out a bullet, and then the Y is at 30, so that's the position of where it's going to be located at, pretty much in this location right here. Set it to relative, because if you don't, then it's going to shoot in this direction right here, probably right here or right here. So when you do relative, it's going to shoot in the direction, in the area where you put the crosshairs at. So probably in this area right here, in this area right here, it'll shoot out, depending on where you put the Y. Because Y is going down, X is going straight across, X is horizontal, Y is vertical. So you do 30. If you do minus 30, then it would spit out up here. But you do 30, it's going to spit out down here in this location right here, because that's where I applied, where the bullet's going to shoot out right here in this location. If I do 50, then it shoot out right in this location. If I do 10, it might shoot out in this area right here. So it depends on what number you choose right here. And then for my player, when he shoots out, when I press enter button, then it's going to shoot out at minus 30, because I'm going the opposite direction. I'm way down here, so it's going to shoot out at minus 30 right here. And I have the crosshair set. Make sure it's set to relative. So it's going to shoot out in the crosshair area up here in this location. And then I chose minus 30, so it's going to shoot out in this location right here pretty much. If I chose minus 10, it's going to shoot out in this location right here. Minus 50 would shoot right in this location right here for the most part. So I want to put it right here, so I chose minus 30 to shoot out in this location, right in this location here. Set it to relative, so it goes in this, where the crosshairs are at, centered, 25-25. And that's pretty much it. And I have the directions when I press the key down for the keyboard. Goes left at 20 speeds. When I release, it just completely stops. Alright, so that's how you do the heat-seeking missile. If you're in range, it's going to come out to you. If you're out of range, it's going to go shoot straight down, because that's at 270, which is going to shoot straight down. So when I'm not in the range, then it's going to shoot straight down at 270. If I'm in range, then it's going to come shoot down, but it's going to it's going to hit me. It's going to go and do a U-turn and start trying to find me and hit me. Alright, well, thanks for watching.